Welcome to Stuff Lab. I'm Gwen.
And I'm Marty.
And we're on
Day 8.
Which is?
Maids of Milking.
It is Maids of Milking. So we're doing milk.
I love milk.
There is so much milk history, Marty. Like, it's literally a page and a half.
Nice.
Of just notes. Oh, man. Okay. Location.
Everywhere.
This is the history of milk. So where did milk begin? Someone had to come up with
I guess
drinking milk.
Europe.
Europe.
I think this would fall under the shit that white people do thing.
Yeah, yep. Britain and Northern Europe estimated.
Yeah, let's just drink out of that thing, see what happens.
Yep. Description. It is a nutrient-rich liquid food produced in the mammary glands of mammals. Interspecies consumption of milk is not uncommon, particularly in humans who eat the milk of other mammals.
Lots of it.
Yes. So there's camel milk, goat milk, cow milk. We are focusing on cow milk for this.
Okay.
So,
what's the one that's pink? Hippo? Is hippo milk the one that's pink?
I have no idea.
I think hippo milk's pink.
You'll find out when the video comes out.
Okay.
Components. Raw milk.
Okay.
Yes. Preparation. So we have a real cute cow. I think cows are the most adorable.
They're just like big old dogs.
They are. All right, so the preparation of milk. Obviously, you obtain the milk.
Step 1, get milk.
Do you? Pasteurization, filtration, creaming, and homogenization. And then there's another thing called ultraheating, which isn't always done because it changes the color and the flavor slightly. That's the preparation of making milk. Okay, so how far back do you think we're going in the history of milk?
Oh, God. Can I ask is it BC?
Yep.
Okay. Lower the numbers, the closer to us. I'm gonna say 1800 BC? 8,000?
Yep.
Holy crap.
We're going from 8,000 to current, so there's a lot.
That's only
Strap in.
10,000 years to cover.
Strap in.
Whew. All right.
So, Aurochs. Do you know what those are?
No.
Well, they're a creature type in Magic the Gathering, and they are also the wild ancestor of modern cows.
Okay.
They began being domesticated in the Fertile Crescent area of the Near East and evolved into the humped zebu.
Do we learn about the zebu?
In the
cow video with
Brahmin cattle that
yep.
make a good D&D paladin.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, they're a type of zebu.
I remember hearing zebu. Okay.
Yes. So they were evolved into a humped zebu and the humpless European Highland cattle. So now we skip a few years.
Okay. Fast forward 4,000 years here quick.
There's evidence that Neolithic farmers in Britain and Northern Europe may have been among the first to milk cattle for consumption. 3000 BCE, archaeological evidence shows that ancient Sumerians drank cow's milk and make cow's milk into cheese and butters.
So we're getting closer to, using it for other things now.
3100. This is all BCE, I'm just not writing it right now. I'll let you know when we're out of BCE.
Okay.
The domesticated cow had either been introduced or had been separately domesticated in northern Africa. In ancient Egypt, the domesticated cow played a major role in agriculture and spirituality. The Egyptians held the cow sacred and dedicated her to Isis, god of agriculture. More than that, the cow was a goddess in her own right, named Hathor, who guarded the fertility of the land. Very interesting. The domesticated cow had appeared in northern India. The Vedic Civilization that ruled northern India from about 1750 BCE to 500 BCE, so long time, relied heavily on dairy products. The heavy dependence on the cow was reinforced by the Vedas, the religious epics of the Hindu religion, where the cow was considered sacred. At some point, I'm going to run into the little black box thing. Okay.
There it is.
Where's my borders?
Okay. Nice.
Nice. Now it looks like we're going Super Saiyan.
That's what I've always dreamt of.
The ancient Hebrews' earliest scriptures have abundant evidence of the widespread use of milk from very early times. I can squeeze one more in here. So this is now...
Okay.
We're now in AD. Or CE. Okay.
What's CE?
Current era. BCE is before current era. I believe CE is current era.
Oh.
Instead of doing before death and after death.
Okay.
Yes. The first cattle are brought to the Americas in Veracruz, Mexico. Some made their way across the Rio Grande and proliferated in the wild, becoming the Texas cattle. Soon after, some of the Spanish settlers brought the cattle to South America. I'm gonna run out of room. In 1624, the first cows were brought to Plymouth Colony. In the early 1800s, the smallpox vaccine was created using the knowledge that milkmaids in Europe seemed to be immune to the plague. English physician Edward Jenner developed a vaccine that he tested on children, including his own son, to test his theory. His theory proved correct.
Right on.
Yeah. 1822 to 1895, Louis Pasteur, a French chemist and biologist, helped prove germ theory, aka foodborne illness. He invented what was now called pasteurization, where liquids are rapidly heated and cooled to kill most organisms.
I had a book when I was growing up, something about Louis Pasteur. I don't remember what it even was about.
I'm guessing pasteurization.
Well, but I think that book credited the vaccine to Louis Pasteur. Because I remember in the book, I remember seeing one thing where like Louis Pasteur like had like it was like a ridiculous cartoon-sized needle, and it was talking about the vaccine and then something about pasteurization. I wonder if my mom and dad have that book sit around somewhere. Anyways.
No idea. So, March 23rd, 1883. Milk farmers demanded a higher price for their milk, and when distributing companies refused the farmers, blocked roads, seized shipments, and dumped out their own milk instead of selling it to distributors. This created a milk famine in New York cities and forced distributors to pay farmers more.
Oh, geez.
In 1884, Dr. Henry Thatcher.
You might want to move that.
What?
You put the 1884 right over the milk and you can't see it, like, at all. Okay.
In 1884, Dr. Henry Thatcher patented the first glass milk bottle after seeing milk being delivered by bucket and a child's rag doll falling in the bucket.
Okay. That's funny. I guess I never thought of... Wait. So until then, they're delivered by bucket.
Door-to-door bucket delivery, and you just scooped out what you wanted.
That makes the 1883 thing even more funny to me. I don't know why. It's just this whole milk famine thing, and yet they're like just scooping milk out of buckets.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
1893, Dr. Henry L. Coit urged the creation of the Medical Milk Commission to oversee or certify the cleanliness of milk production, as milk-borne illness was a major problem in the mid to late 1800s. His own son died by milk contamination 2 years prior.
Probably because they were just in a bucket. Like that's... I don't know why I never thought of that. Like it would just be in a bucket. Like I just assumed like, oh, it's milk. It's in a glass now. I guess I never realized that we had to like invent a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then it really dawned on me.
1895, commercial pasteurization machines for milk introduced in the United States. 1899! Why did I do that?
I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
I was supposed to be an A.
Oh, wrong way.
Augusta Gollin gained a patent for his homogenizer. Homogenization breaks down large fat globules in milk into tiny ones.
Okay.
Definitely running out of room.
Yeah.
First milk truck.
Oh.
Tanker milk truck. I've run out of room.
I bet you it looked really cool too.
I bet it did.
Have you ever looked back at like old-timey semis They look so much cooler than semi-trucks nowadays.
1917, mandatory pasteurization of milk begins. 1922, the Capper-Volstead Act was passed, allowing farmers to bring their products together for sale, and special exemptions for monopoly laws to help sell and raise the price of their products. So instead of each farmer trying to sell their milk and people going, well, I can get a better deal here, and having to waste your milk, the farmers got together and would bulk sell their stuff for a better price all around.
Okay.
In 1933, milk producers in Iowa organized a strike for higher milk prices. August 28th of 1939, dairy farmers' union strike, led by Archie Wright. Farmers went on strike as the price they were being offered to purchase their milk was less than the cost to produce it. I believe this was during the Depression.
Okay.
So there was always a demand for milk, but no one wanted to pay a fair wage to get it.
Okay.
June 4th, 1940, first national school milk program.
Should have probably helped out the farmers a bit.
In 1946, National School Lunch Act has passed. This was to ensure the nutrition of the nation's children. I've run out of room, so I will not be writing more on here. 1950s through the 60s, square milk cartons are introduced. 1974, nutrition labeling of fluid milk begins.
Okay.
1992, first USDA food pyramid is released.
Really?
Yep.
It was 92?
Yep.
I just feel like the food pyramid's been around since, like, I don't know, like, 50s. Like, yeah. It's crazy.
First food pyramid
No
released.
wonder they pushed it so hard when I was in kindergarten, because it, like, just came out.
Yep.
Huh, okay.
1993, Got Milk advertising campaign is launched. 1995, Got Milk Barbie is released.
Oh my god.
1997, Harvard study on milk and bone health is released.
What did it say in that?
I don't know, I didn't read it.
No, you should probably read that.
No. I don't like milk. It tastes bad. It's gross. It gets hot in your mouth and tastes funky, and I don't like it.
So you have Jello bones.
It's fine. 2007 to 2008, China's tainted milk scandal that killed at least 6 children, hospitalized more than 50,000 infants, and made almost 300,000 people sick. A Chinese court condemned 2 men to death and sentenced a company boss to life for their roles in the production and sale of poisoned milk. The chemical found was melamine, or melamine?
What? I never hear about this.
It's used in the making of plastics and fertilizer.
Oh boy. So they were purposely, like, poisoning the milk.
I didn't read the court case because I couldn't find it.
Oh.
But
Being from China, it's probably locked up forever.
probably. January 8th, 2008, FDA announces publicly that milk from cloned cows is approved for human consumption.
Whatever happened about that? Never mind, I'm not asking too many questions. I always forget about that. Do a stuff lab on cloned cows, please.
Possibly.
Okay.
2014, Got Milk ads replaced with Milk Life ads.
What year?
2014. I've never seen a Milk Life.
I was gonna. We don't have TV or anything.
Oh, that's true.
Like, we don't ever see ads.
The only ads I see are when I'm at my parents' house, and it's always Medicare and Medicaid. April
Skip.
2020. Dairy farmers forced to dump up to 3.7 million gallons of milk per day.
God.
Per day. Due to the pandemic.
Not gonna comment on that.
Best you don't.
Holy crap. That was just history? All right.
That was just history.
Jesus. Or should
There
I
was
say
a lot.
Jesus?
There was a lot that I didn't put in because it didn't really do anything.
Holy crap. Okay.
Like,
How long did you research just milk for?
a long time. It was
gonna
like
say-
2 hours yesterday.
I was gonna say, for somebody who hates milk, I'm sure that was not the greatest.
So weird. Well, the thing is, I like weird facts and trivia and things like that.
Well,
So
you
it's
also
still
like
interesting
you
to
also
me.
like most like milk products. You like butter, you'll have cheese.
Love cheese, sour cream,
Yep.
top the tater.
God.
So good. If you don't know what top the tater is, you don't live in the Midwest. If you don't live in the Midwest, you should come visit and have some top the tater.
God. Anyways.
Anyways, culture. India. We know that they like cows. Mm-hmm. They like them a lot. Mm-hmm. I did not know this. I think you had asked before if the cows just roam around or if they use product from the cows.
Yeah. It wasn't this video, but I think
No,
I
it was the
see.
Brahmin one.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So if you haven't watched that one, it's somewhere. So India is the largest producer of milk.
Okay, so they do use the products, they just worship the cows.
Hindus use milk and its products for religious purposes because it's believed to have purifying qualities.
Okay.
Ghee is clarified butter.
Clarified?
That means it's cooked and the fats are removed off of it. Like when you heat up butter in a pan, how it has like that white stuff on top. Mm-hmm. That's the fat solids. Those are scooped off, so when you melt it, it's just melted butter. Doesn't have any of the floaty fats on it.
Is it clear though?
No.
Was it clarified? I thought it would like turn clear or something.
But ghee
Anyways,
is a clarified butter.
Okay.
It's used in lamps for rituals.
Okay.
Milk is used to bathe Hindu idols on special occasions. Sweets made from milk or ghee are often used as offerings to gods. It's included in rituals from an infant's first food to the last rituals after death.
Okay.
Very interesting. Food fusion. There are so many different things milk can become on its own. Like butter, cheese, cream, yogurt, condensed milk, dried milk, ice cream, sour cream, top potato, cream cheese.
It's a list.
It's a list. Not to mention the things that are created from making one of those things, like buttermilk, skim milk, ghee, and whey.
Okay.
Limitless
Yeah.
possibilities and applications for dairy. More than 1,000 new dairy products. 1,000 new each year. 1,000
Holy
new
crap.
dairy products are introduced every year. My favorite is cheese.
That's wild.
What is your favorite dairy product?
Ice cream.
Ice cream?
I freaking love ice cream.
For a man who loves ice cream, you do not like ice cream cake.
I like actual cake. I like actual cake better than I like ice cream.
Okay.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Like, why would I bother eating a second favorite if I can just have the first favorite all the time with a second favorite?
Okay. All right. Fun facts. So whatever this is,
It looks good.
I want to eat it.
It looks really, like, yeah, it popped up and I'm like, that looks really good. I have no idea what it is.
I don't either. Like, at first I thought it was like an angel food cake or something like that, but there's too many big holes in it.
Yeah. It looks like
I don't know what
like
it is. It looks
raspberry scone or something. I don't know, whatever it is, I want it.
I don't think it's a scone.
Bread? Raspberry bread? Go research this picture. I want to buy this.
It's off of Unsplash.
Oh, crap. Okay.
A single cow can make up to how many glasses of milk in its life?
How many glasses? Oh, God. 1,000? No. I'll say 3,000.
You say 3,000?
Yeah. What? What?
Yep.
That's so much milk.
So much milk. Farmers measure milk in pounds, not gallons. Americans consume an average of 25 gallons of milk a year.
That's it.
That's average.
Okay.
I think I consume maybe one with all of the food that has milk in it.
I think my family alone
Although-
consumes hundreds a year.
I think your family alone consumes 25 gallons in 2 weeks.
Love milk. It's so good.
Yeah, you do. A special fun fact, my mom grew up on a dairy farm. She also does not like milk. Everyone is born with the gene to digest lactose, but it switches off in some adults later in life.
I'm not lactose intolerant.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah. He is, and he just refuses.
No, because only babies
with it.
become lactose intolerant.
So now that you've learned so much about milk,
I feel like I'm going to need a while to process all of it. I didn't realize that it's been around for like 10,000 years.
so long.
And that people only drink 25 gallons a year. That's so little.
Of all of this, that bothers you?
It just seems like nothing.
It's on average.
I mean,
So
I
they're
guess so.
including
People that drink none?
me, who drink nothing.
Okay, all right. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode. We will see you tomorrow for our next one. Do you know what the next one is?
Leaping ladies?
Ladies dancing!
Dancing.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye.